Good evening, friends. Welcome and welcome, Gloria. We're waiting for Kiran Narayan, eminent lawyer, to join us, who is well versed on what's happening in today's world. And there are lots of topics that we'd like to discuss with him. So we'll just wait for a few minutes for him to come. Meanwhile, we also start, talking about what is, going on, in India. Welcome, Maya. Welcome, Gloria. Always nice to see you and Maya. So, friends, what we have the latest news about Rahul Gandhi is that the disqualified MP Rahul Gandhi has been asked to vacate his government bungalow in Delhi by the Lok Sabha Housing Committee. As you all know, see, he and his mother and his sister and his brother-in-law and their kids and all have been having a ball, you know, living in these luxurious, houses in in the Lutyens. So they never thought that they would be ever kicked out. Now his sister was already kicked out, and now it is a turn for Rahul Gandhi also to be kicked out. The date was 23rd of this month. Welcome, Suja. Days after being disqualified from Lok Sabha after his conviction in a criminal defamation case, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi has been asked to vacate his 12 Tughlaq Lane bungalow in Lutyens, Delhi. The news agency quoted a source saying that the Lok Sabha Housing Committee has issued a notice to the Gandhis to asking him to vacate his government allotted bungalow. According to the reports, the Lok Sabha Housing Committee has asked Rahul Gandhi to vacate the bungalow by April 22. So that's quite a good piece of news for us, all of us who have been waiting for justice to take its course. Welcome, Priya. Welcome to the other Priya as well. Gloria, they should have been asked to leave. Yes, long ago. Yes. See, these things, everything is written, it's destined. It's all written on your forehead, the time. So, astrologically, this may be the time for Rahul Gandhi to vacate his house. Now, Rahul Gandhi was convicted and sentenced to 2 years in jail on Thursday for his remarks insulting the Modi surname. During an election rally in 2019, Rahul Gandhi alleged that everyone with a Modi surname, including Nirav Modi, Lalit Modi, and Narendra Modi, are thieves. Following this, Gujarat BJP leader Purnesh Modi filed a criminal defamation case against the Congress leader, accusing him of defaming the entire Modi community. The court, however, granted him bail immediately and suspended the sentence for a month. Notably, the Representation of the People's Act of 1951 specifies the qualification and disqualification of members of parliament and state legislatures. Section 8 of the Representation of the People Act RPA 1951 contains provisions aimed at decriminalizing electoral politics. According to Section 8 of this law, any MP or MLA convicted of any offense and sentenced to imprisonment for not less than 2 years shall be disqualified from the date of conviction. In accordance with the law, the Lok Sabha Secretariat disqualified Rahul Gandhi and declared his constituency vacant in response to the Surat court judgment. It was reported that the election commission can now call a by-election for the seat. It is now also expected that Gandhi would have to vacate his 12 Tughlaq Lane government bungalow in Delhi. So, this is what is happening to Rahul Gandhi. And as you saw, there were black flags all over, and people were sporting black flags and not allowing the house to function. So these are the tactics. When the court has taken the decision, they seem to say that it is a vengeful act by the Modi government. It has nothing to do with him. It has to do with the courts. When the same courts decide, against Modi ji, it's okay. They keep quiet. Then the courts are very justified. Everything is justified and hunky dory. The moment the guns are turned towards the Gandhi family, there is, havoc. Welcome, Yora. Welcome, Maya. Maya says Papu has been called Papu 4 times by GM, his own sister, in her press conference. All of them are not talking about real real reason, yes, for disqualification. Yes, exactly. They are taking it as a personal vengeance of Modi, and because they've been speaking about Modi and Adani, and they are not taking it as a proper court case. Any court, if they say something, then you better abide by it. You are not a at that moment you are not a Shahzada or a dynasty, for part of a dynasty or a prince. You are just a common man. Martin says Rahul Gandhi is getting hit by his own actions in the past. Cycle of karma does not discriminate. Maya, Rahul should have been long time disqualified for his dual citizenship. One British as Rahul and other Indians as Rahul. Even India, he has two passports. Who gets two? Isn't that illegal? Absolutely. So these are things that are very surprising, friends. You know, welcome, Ranjita. The fake Gandhi family feels so entitled. They expected to be treated not as per Indian constitution, but openly ask for special treatment. And look at the kind of destruction they do. This is all being done by the court. Why are you burning things, and doing such, creating such havoc? Thank you, Martin. Now, in another news, before we move on to, in case Kiran is not able to join us, then we will move on to a very, very interesting, uh, uh, you know, case, and that is none other than what Smriti Irani has said in her interview. So let me just finish the latest news, and then we will move on to what the, the minister, the Madam Minister, has spoken. Okay. Now, BJP worker Senthil Kumar was bombed and hacked to death in Puducherry. Seven assailants later surrendered in court. The seven assailants who were involved in the murder of the BJP functionary in Puducherry reportedly surrendered in a court in Trichy. Now, this is something very, very surprising, friends, because I was just watching the TV and I could not believe my eyes. This man was just outside the shop or the bakery, and you have these miscreants coming in motorbikes and bursting some kind of a smoke bomb and then hacking him to death. Where on earth do you do such things? What is Tamil Nadu turning out to be? Now, on Monday, March 27th, a video emerged wherein some unidentified bike borne assailants could be seen hacking a person to death. The victim was identified as Senthil Kumar, a BJP functionary in Puducherry, in the incident that took place on Sunday night. According to reports, Senthil was attacked while he was standing near a bakery adjacent to Kannaki Government Higher School in Villanur. The assailants first hurled a country bombs at Senthil and subsequently stabbed him to death. The video of the incident showed the seven assailants who were on three motorbikes, first hurling bombs at the BJP worker and then backing him on his neck with lethal weapons while he was standing near a bakery adjacent to Kannaki Government Higher School at Villanur. He died on the spot, police said. The police formed four special teams to nab the assailants, and police are scanning the footage from the nearby tea stall. Later in the day, the seven assailants who were involved in the murder of the BJP functionary in Puducherry reportedly surrendered in a court in Trichy. Their identity has not been revealed as yet. Senthil Kumar is a distant cousin of Puducherry Home Minister Namachiviyam. Senthil Kumar formerly worked for Congress before joining the BJP with Namachiviyam. So, what is happening in Tamil Nadu is shocking. I mean, they're behaving as if they are another country. What you call a banana republic, and anything and everything can happen there. So, and there's nobody to ask questions, and it's absolutely shocking to watch these videos where these, just like in these movies of Vijay and the other superstars, they come on motorbikes with swords and knives and things, and they kill as though they can get away scot free. So this is terrible. Welcome, Sunita. Welcome, Nisha. Priya says exactly, Maya. How dare they quote from our religious text when they have been openly against the temple in Ayodhya? Puducherry killing of BJP leader was similar to Umesh Pal's killing. Exactly. First smoke bomb and then killing. Only here it was chopping instead of gunning. Will Stalin take strong action like Yogi? Very doubtful. Good evening, Meenaji, and everyone in SSR movement. Angad, what more can we expect from those who openly take pictures with cutterwoods? Moving on to the next piece of news, as Maya so truly said, what's happening in UP. Okay. Now, in UP, gangster politician Atiq Ahmed reaches Prayagraj alive, escorted by UP police from Sabarmati jail in Ahmedabad. The jail authorities have meanwhile beefed up the security at the Naini jail in Prayagraj, wherein Ahmed will be held. Now, gangster Atiq Ahmed's convoy was safely reached Prayagraj in Uttar Pradesh. The mafia turned politician and former Samajwadi Party MP was taken out of Sabarmati jail in Gujarat on Sunday and transported to Uttar Pradesh's Prayagraj amid tight security arrangements. The police convoy shifting Atiq from Sabarmati to Prayagraj was being followed by the media, Atiq's sister, and lawyers. Now, according to the media reports, Atiq has finally entered the Prayagraj border alive, where he'll be lodged at Naini jail. Ahmed has been accused in more than 100 criminal cases. Can you imagine? He was a part of the SP party, with the most recent being the murder of Umesh Pal. This is exactly what Maya was referring to now in her conversation. Umesh Pal, who was a key witness in the killing of BSP MLA Raju Pal. Ahmed will be produced in Prayagraj's MP MLA court at 11 a.m. on March 28th, that is tomorrow. Notably, a team of Uttar Pradesh police reached the Sabarmati jail in Ahmedabad city on Sunday, March 26th morning, to take Atiq to Prayagraj, where he will be produced before a court tomorrow, when it passes an order in a kidnapping case in which he is accused. After completing the necessary paperwork, the police team and Ahmed left the premises under tight security around 6 p.m. On its way to UP's Prayagraj from Gujarat's Ahmedabad, Atiq Ahmed's convoy, escorted by the UP police, entered MP's Jhansi on Monday morning after it crossed Rajasthan's Kota Hanging Bridge late last night. It reportedly halted in Jhansi for 20 minutes before continuing its onward journey to Prayagraj. Earlier today, it made a brief halt at the Shivpuri district, where it narrowly escaped overturning as it hit a cow while it passed through the Shivpuri area in UP. The convoy was en route to Prayagraj from Sabarmati jail in Ahmedabad when this incident took place. The cow was reportedly killed on the spot following the accident. According to reports, the convoy driving gangster Atiq Ahmed to Prayagraj was passing through Kharai checkpoint in Shivpuri when a cow suddenly came in front of Atiq's vehicle and collided with it. The collision was so intense that the cow died on the spot. Just as the van was going to flip over, following that, the entire convoy was paused for a short period of time before proceeding to Prayagraj in Uttar Pradesh. Incidentally, only moments before the incident, when the convoy had stopped for a loo break, Atiq Ahmed had confidently stated that he was not scared when questioned about his Vikas Dubai style encounter jokes and memes circulating on the internet. His remark contradicted what he had predicted prior to the 1,200-kilometer journey in a police van. Ahmed had in fact expressed concern about being killed by the UP police team in an encounter. Hatya hatya, meaning murder, murder. Mujhe inka program malum hai. Hatya karna chahta hai. I know their program, they want to murder me, he was heard saying. Meanwhile, Atiq Ahmed's brother, Ashraf, has also been taken from Bareilly jail to Prayagraj jail. Ashraf was also transferred in connection with a kidnapping case in which Atiq is a co-accused. Now here, friends, so let me just add Jaydev to the stream. Welcome, Jaydev. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, are you able to listen?
Yeah, we are able to do.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, very much. So we've
Yeah.
been just
So,
discussing
friends,
the latest news, Jaydev, and about
um,
what's been happening and how Yogi Ji is tackling, the mafia situation in UP so efficiently. Okay, so now we've had a slight problem. We were expected to be joined by Kiran, but I think something has propped up. So now, Jaydev, we will move on to the most important point that we wanted to
so friends,
discuss. Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Please
like
go ahead.
tomorrow there'll be a session where we'll discuss the latest statement by Smriti Irani. particularly on the issue of Sushant Singh Rajput when she was interviewed by some journalists, some in YouTube, right? And she's openly stating from her statements like it's like she tried
She's
to
insinuating. She's insinuating that Sushant Singh, wanted to take his own life, which means she's insinuating that he committed suicide, just like his friend was also going to do the same. So this was in the middle of, she started crying, and wiping her tears. How this conversation came about is very strange, because this interview, it took about 2.5 hours, and the person who was interviewing her, has named the interview the long, or some long interview or something, the long talk or something. Now, see, this is a very, very convenient, as a journalist, I know, this is a very, very convenient tool, for people to talk about themselves. Okay. So, most probably, I feel the minister herself would have suggested, let me talk about all this. So, let me just, Jaideep, can we talk about it today itself, so that we can, you can show some pictures as
because
well.
we want to do two shows for this
Yeah.
particular. It's a
Yeah.
very very important topic,
Yeah.
and anything with regards to Sushant Singh Rajput should be focused,
Yeah. Yes.
and especially for the SSRians because every media has ignored this fact very conveniently,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
what Smriti Irani had in this interview with Nilesh Mishra on his YouTube show, The Slow Interview in Hindi. So, this is what Smriti Irani she said. Quotation: The day Sushant died, I was on a video conference. I just couldn't. I said, "Stop it." I felt like, why did he not call me? He should have called once. I had told that boy, please don't kill yourself. Close quotation mark. So apparently, with this quotation mark, I mean, she's saying please, to Sushant, please don't kill yourself. So apparently, I mean, what is so disappointing is that she being in the BJP, she could have said that I mean, I don't have any idea or this thing. I mean, what's the need to comment on this particular case because right now it is under investigation with the CBI, and the CBI is becoming quiet. But I mean, at this stage, when you know that the nation is very angry and they want justice for Sushant Singh Rajput as soon as possible, at that point of time, she comes and says that that she's hinting that he took away his own life from this very particular statement of hers
So,
in that
what is
interview.
surprising, yeah, what is surprising, Jaydev, is that this is being said by a politician, okay, and that too, a woman and child minister, you know, or about a star who was most gruesomely murdered. Now, with a lot of drama and tears in that interview, which she has done in this long interview, you know, does it mean that, see, it is indicating that the criminals are going to go scot free? And will this case be declared as a suicide? Where is
Yes.
this leading to? This is the most important thing. See, Maya says Nilesh Mishra was interviewing Golgappa ji, is himself connected to Bollywood. His tweet of 2018 shows him thanking Mahesh Bhatt for giving chances as lyrics writer in one of his movies. So this is the famous interview, and here you see the way. Look at the lady; she seems to be in complete control. It's like she has asked for this interview. It seems a very much interview that is directed, choreographed and everything by her. Because if you go around as a journalist, I was just watching the whole thing. There were 4 cameras all around, the garden where they had this interview, and then she had all the, she was acting as a hostess as well, getting tea and coffee and snacks for the people. Now, see, one thing you will notice in this interview, is that she behaves exactly like Modi ji. So just like Modi ji is explaining things about coming from a poor background, and then how he slowly went into asceticism, and then how it was decided in the Himalayas that he was not it is not the time for him to retire, but for him to get active. So all these things have been very meticulously studied, it seems, by this particular minister, and she has also added on to that by saying that she was so poor that she could not believe she was poor. See, the fact that she had to sweep and swab the living room, which she thought was so huge. But when she grew up, she realized it was a small room, that they lived in a small room and with toilets outside. So constantly in this interview, you will see that she's harping on her poverty, you know, and how she wanted to become very, very successful. And the person who's been most, influential, to make her this way are people, you won't believe it, are people like Amitabh Bachchan in Agnipath, you know, and then the serial, directed by Shekhar Kapoor called Udan. Now, so you can understand that she's putting herself in a fantasy story where she has created her own story, where she struggled and she became, the topmost star of her story. So this is all okay because, see, you can go ahead and build up whatever stories you want. This is not our concern. You're a politician, please go on building stories. But what upset all the SSRians was a shocking revelation. You know, it moved from the statement when she says that because of Sasmi Kabhi Bahuti, she became a heroine in every house. And then she moved on to SSR. And she said that ye bacha aisa nahi karna tha, you know. And she was including the other actor also into it. I forget his name, Jere. So perhaps you can remind me.
Amit Saad.
Yeah,
Amit
Amit
Saad.
Saad. So वो भी मैं डर गया कि वो भी कुछ ऐसे नहीं करेगा. So which means that she knew there was something really, really wrong in SSR's life. Okay, then why did she not take the first step and ask him? Okay, and if she thought it was a suicide, it was going to be a suicide, she could have done many things to stop it. Now, who is the one who is informing her? This is even more dicey. It is Rohini Iyer. Okay, who is Rohini Iyer? Rohini Iyer is Raindrops, a woman who owns Raindrops and who is closely connected to the cabal, which is Salman Khan and all the others, Arbaz Khan, Aditya Thackeray, all of them. So she says, Rohini told me about this and I had to find out. And I stopped my video conference and I decided to this thing. And then she starts bawling. Okay. She calls herself, she depicts herself as Jhansi Ki Rani. And then she starts crying and crying and she's very scared that her makeup will also go. So she's very careful about, wiping her eyes very carefully. Now, immediately after that, you will see, I'll still come back to this because I need to talk about it. Immediately after this, she starts laughing about some other joke. How is it possible when you're talking about something so serious? Yes, this is. And you remember, Rohini Iyer, this woman, was the one SSR trusted, to build him up for Kedarnath. And she assured him that I'll make you the topmost hero through my PR. And he went with her. And you know what this sly woman did? She only put Sara Ali Khan's, the complete focus on Sara Ali Khan, with no focus on SSR at all, on Kedarnath. And that time, SSR said, I was so disappointed. I broke up with this woman. I broke my relationship with this Rohini Iyer. So you can imagine, this is what Smriti is saying. Now, Smriti is not mentioning Ekta Kapoor because she's scared of public opinion. So it would have been surely Ekta Kapoor and this thing, because the moment Ekta Kapoor tweeted the death of Sushant, even before the police announced it, that was the time when Smriti also put the announcement that I feel sorry Sushant took his life. Immediately they realized that it was a mistake and Smriti deleted that tweet. Being alert, I had watched all this on TV. And then after that, so now coming back to this interview, so she starts crying the moment she mentions SSR. So doesn't the minister know that the case is ongoing with CBI, and that how can she come to a conclusion without knowing the facts? Okay, everybody, all the SSRians know the complete pattern of what happened in those days. And she's telling us that it was a suicide. Could be perhaps insinuating. Perhaps it could be a suicide. Now, if it is a suicide, being in such a big position, top position, Yes, we know that she's also very close friends with SRK. Uh, isn't it, if she was so concerned because she's crying copious tears, isn't it her duty, to uh, find out what happened in the case, to find out from CBI why the case is getting delayed? Okay, why not push them to this thing with the help of, since Modi ji and all are very close, she can always say, Modi ji, please see, this is troubling us so much, you know. Yes, but Mira, Rohini introduced Ria to SSR, and Ria was a honey, this thing to who cheated SSR and allegedly killed him. Okay, so these are the people who Smriti is mentioning. Now, the moment this came on to this interview came in the YouTube, SSRians became wild. Everybody started abusing the minister. They started saying, everybody could not believe that this woman was saying these things. Like Anita Mehra says, nearly after 2 years and 8 months, she's remembering SSR and crying, where was she 2 years ago? Smriti Irani knows a lot. Please come out and speak the truth. If she wants to support SSR's sisters and his old father. Now, another person calls Nandini in the social media. She says, declared a suicide when evidence and all research clearly shows it's a murder. Where is Roop Kumar Shah and what happened to him? What is wrong with this BJP government to be so casual about Sushant murder case? Now, Mamta says Sushant Singh Rajput didn't kill himself. He was brutally murdered. How can Smriti Irani comment on a sub judice case? Where is the pen drive of proofs? Me, Narayan Rane, and Nitish M. Rane, public is watching and we want justice for Sushant. Now, Jyoti says, such a shameful act. Sushant's curse and Mahadev's wrath will come on them and the world will watch. Sushant was murdered, period. Now, Brilliant Mind says, as per her, it was not a murder. अभी भी अच्छा एक्टिंग रोना धोना कर लेती है. Sandhya says, this reminds me there were few suspicious comments on his Instagram before his death that were deleted after. I was hoping that they would take it serious. Now Karna says, same thing she would have tried with Rohit Vemula. Anyway, I don't believe her. I don't know about Vemula. And SSR Soul must be reacting with these comments from Smriti. Yeah, and then another person, Swarna says, what was the question? Why she added Sushant's name in her statement? The biggest PR of Bollywood. Many people are saying they will press for nota. Just look at what her statement has done. Whatever good effect Modi ji is doing through his elections, this woman will make sure that people press nota. Dharmendra is saying, Bollywood will collapse very soon. इसकी सूरियत हो चुकी है. No, Sushant, no Bollywood. Respected PM Modi ji, millions of people demanding for Sushant Singh Rajput. And then you have Ashutosh, she says, अब ईरानी जी को CBI से पूछा चाहिए किसने मारा, किसके कहने पे एविडेंस का टैंपर हुआ, किसके कारण क्राइम से इन फिश मार्केट बन गई, आखिर बिना जांच के किसने सुसाइड डिक्लेयर कर दिया, आखिर दिशा और सुशांत केस में क्या जुड़ा है, सभी तथ्य बॉडी मार्क और सब मर्डर है. Anjali Rao says we should have known when Ekta and Karan Johar were given Padma Shri, when Anurag Thakur hobnobbed with the actors, when Raut met Fadnavis, when all the proofs waved around by Rani was a big zero. Now we know it's a cover-up. Numerology Tarot says, had told him, is she implying he did? Or what she knew? She's bullshitting. How much he is paid to say so? It's sick. Megha says, ye sare politicians opportunists hai, aur kuch nahi.
So wait, sorry to intrude. Is that let's take a few comments from our people.
Please.
Is Vasudha says, is she preparing us for this news? Heartbreaking. We will not accept whatsoever anyone says anything about SSR, as we know the truth. So this is what even I get the feeling, Vasudha ji, that maybe I wouldn't be surprised if CBI comes and says there's no evidence, solid evidence stating that this was a murder. So I wouldn't be surprised, but I do hope against hope that good karma will come, and good things will happen in the case of SSR and Disha. Minister Smriti Irani is drawing some really powerful bad karma in the price of the slaughtered innocents. Justice for SSR, Disha Basra, and others. Har Har Mahadev. Yes. See, one thing I don't understand about the BJP government is that BJP government will go against will go after the likes of Amrit Pal Singh. They will go after the likes of the Khalistani movement. I mean that is good enough, but why not? Why are they not going after the likes of Dawood Ibrahim? Why are they not going against the likes of certain Bollywood producers who claim to make 1,000 crore rupees in profits from cheap VFX effects, right? So
See,
why? What's the
Jaidev,
EV?
Jaidev, I feel, now this is for the viewers as well. I feel that there is going to come a closure to the Sushant Singh case very soon. And that is why she has jumped on the bandwagon to give her opinion about it. Okay, so that she wants to show that she is also very much a part of it, that she has done her duty. Okay, now here True India says, very interesting, someone told me SSR was killed in a hotel, dragged brutally, and he may be killed again in his terrace. Imagine how much he would have withstand the cries and pain, especially when coffin was brought to him. Nirmala says, being a minister, she's unsuccessfully trying to change people's opinion. After pressure from Bewood, when the case is under CBI's
Yes.
hand, she determined it to be a suicide. That too after 2.5 years, says Nirmala.
So this could
Gloria,
also be a possibility, like Nirmala says.
yeah. Gloria says that female Rohini should be investigated by the authorities as she introduced Thai to Sushant. Why? What was her intentions? You remember, she was also being pulled up by the federal agencies. She was investigated, and it is this woman that Smriti is quoting. Shame on the Hindus, especially who are part of the M gang. They're soulless people, most inhuman creatures. Rohini Iyer is then the planter. Was money the reason for honey trapping SSR? Minaji, grateful for talking about
Yes,
Sushant's
we'll be
topic again.
talking about it more regularly now, Gloria.
Yeah. Rohini Iyer introduced Ria to SSR, says Meera. She said Rohini as most talented PR manager, a woman who pushes Ria into SSR. And don't forget the fact when the Shiv Sena were haunting and pulling and killing everybody at that time, including a veteran Navy officer, the way he was brutally beaten up. At that time, she was doing the PR for them and telling each and every actor to say the best chief minister in India is Uddhav Thackeray. Look at how cheap she is. She can be bought for a few rupees. This is the woman who's there at every cabal party. You see, she was there at Mauni Roy's wedding. At every damn wedding, she is there. What is her role? She's only 2 inches high. She reminds me of Amir the midget. Absolutely. And look at the way she's hugging the person who she's hugging. So let me take a few more comments. She's a disgrace for BJP. Is Rohini Iyer corrected to the? Yes, there are many other corrections as well. Justice for SSR. Spawn and stone the culprits to death. Thank you, Jaidev.
So,
Says
friends, it is
Gloria.
very important that you like this video and all the videos so that it will help YouTube push this video further to more and more audiences. Because unless and until you like the video, it won't reach more people. And unless more and more people are aware, the movement won't gain strength. Because that is what Bollywood wants. That Bollywood wants SSRians to give up very easily and boycott Bollywood movement also they want it to completely disappear, and that's the reason why I don't see boycott Bollywood trending on Twitter, because maybe Twitter is also stopping and stifling that from trending on their algorithm, on the Twitter algorithm. So that's
you know,
why I'm seeing hashtag boycott Bollywood movement
the
is
funny
not
part, Jaidev,
trending in
is that
India.
Yeah, the funny part is, Jaydev, when SRK came in a plane with so many Rolex watches, so many smuggled watches, he was charged for it. And then later, see, this is just an irony, and I'm just making without any pointers. And then I see her doing an interview, and on her hand, on her wrist, is a Rolex watch. So, people who love brands, people who these are people, fun-loving people who love parties, and at parties you have SRK, Ekta Kapoor, and all these people, who the SSRians are crying foul over. Ankita also is responsible for ruining the life of SSR to death. Also, Sandeep Shetty, who was close to him. Now, here
Sandeep
again, coming
Singh. Yeah.
Sandeep Singh, yes. Sandeep Singh, yes. And also, let me tell you, friends, when you're sitting in such a high power of position, in politics, you can do anything. You can manipulate media. You can do anything because everybody is under your control. You know, apparently today this the Congress abused her, abused Smriti in a very, very cheap manner. Okay, calling her the financial Diane who has been put in the bedroom. Okay, so this is a very, very sort of a sly remark being put, but of course, Congress is used to making using bad language. Now, what happened is none of us will ever support such a thing about anybody, whether it is Smriti or whether anybody. We will not, approve anybody speaking in this manner. But what I noticed was that, see, immediately after this remark was there, suddenly the whole bandwagon started supporting Smriti. You see? So the only
When you're
people who
talking
are,
about bandwagon, what exactly do you mean?
yeah, meaning everybody from the people who are, who are her fans, her cheerleaders, her, people from BJP, all of them started praising and saying, how can you speak about a woman like her who defeated Rahul Gandhi? Okay. We do not say what he said was right because what they said was very cheap and they should not say that to any woman. Okay. But you look at the way they work, everything is in their hands. PR, everybody is in their hands. So if something happens
PR,
to them,
social media platforms are in their
yes.
hands.
And she
That's a
has
very
like,
big difference.
Smriti Irani fan
Yeah.
club, everything is there. Office number one, office number two, office number three. So there are a lot of fans who are supporting her. Now, the same thing, when she mentioned the SSR thing, you know, that he may have, she insinuated that he may have committed suicide. The only people who protested were SSRians. Shouldn't the Prime Minister also check how a minister can make such a statement when the case is still on, when they have not come to any conclusion? Is she trying to influence the judgment? In which case, this is a criminal act. If Kiran was there, we could have asked him that question. You see? So there are things that there is a movement to whitewash certain people. And you know what I mean. Who are the people who are waiting to be whitewashed? Okay. Don't tell me that she was not aware of what happened on seventh night. Seventh night was the birthday of Ekta Kapoor. She is her best friend. Every birthday, this minister lands up at her door. Okay. Plays with her child, and her child calls her Masi. Right. So she would have known that there was a birthday party at Ekta Kapoor's house. Usually, at every event that Ekta Kapoor has, photographs are flashed all over the country, including Mars and Venus and everywhere, so that everybody knows who is wearing what, who's showing cleavage, and who is having slitted gowns. But not one single photo of that party came out. Okay. Now, Disha apparently, allegedly, was at that party, being forced by Rohan to go there. Something that she saw there shocked her. Immediately, she called the police. Police did not answer her. Next morning, her body, her nude body, and postmortem reveals that there was many sexual injuries on her body. Okay, lay just next to the flat where she lived with her boyfriend. So you mean to say the minister will not remark on such things, knowing that if she knows Rohini Iyer, surely she knows Disha Salian, who was managing Aishwarya, managing Sushant Singh Rajput. Since she was in the television film field, she would have known who this young, bubbly girl, Disha, with this beautiful face, this innocent girl, what happened to her. Why no questions were asked? Why did she not cry like this in this interview? She was wiping her tears and she didn't have a handkerchief, so she was wiping with her hands. Did she cry like this for Disha Salim? Why not? Subsequently, around 20 friends of Sushant died in a similar case, and where they said that it was a suicide. Did the TV industry do anything about it? And my question is that is there no HR department which checks all this in Bollywood? Everybody has a free hand. Anybody can disappear anytime. Just yesterday or day before yesterday, a Bhojpuri actress died. She had posted something on TikTok or something, and within the next hour she's dead. You mean to say she danced and then she killed herself? Like saying that Disha had drinks, took off her clothes, and she jumped down the high-rise building. Now here, friends, as I talk to you, I'm noting the number of people watching. We are being controlled. We are being censored. Please note that. And you know who is controlling us. Usually, when the truth comes out, at least I would get in this live hour 500 to 600 viewers. Who is blocking us? Who is blocking the truth? And why are the top people in the country, the Prime Minister, keeping quiet when a minister speaks in this manner? Prime Minister is very, very careful when he speaks. He does not utter nonsense. Okay. But when his very close minister, somebody he trusts because he sends her to different places, important missions. When a woman like this speaks like this, shouldn't he pull her up and ask her, how did you make this remark about SSR when the case is sub judice? Okay. He has not asked her. We do not know if he has asked. So what are we expecting, friends? When somebody is brutally murdered, most probably the murder shown on dark web, okay, a lot of money made, people laughing, you see the Suraj Pancholi laughing, Salman Khan laughing, everybody laughing and having a ball. All this can happen in India. If it can happen to an actor, it can happen to anybody.
See, sorry. I interject is that no political party is asking for the SSR case update. Now Congress can come and say, what is BJP is now in power? Why can't they give the people an update on the SSR case? Now that Rahul Gandhi is being asked to vacate his residence, why is Congress not questioning BJP and Smriti Irani as to why there's no update on the SSR case, right? And so you can see, people across various political parties are involved in this case in whatever manner, and that's why there is no movement in the CBI regarding the SSR case. So this is what how it stands, and I guess the Golgappa minister talked about this particular SSR case because of maybe some pressure from Bollywood side, right? And stating that people should get demotivated and stop following up in this case and just give up, because once they give up, then Bollywood doesn't have to bother about the hashtag boycott Bollywood movement, And they Bollywood thinks that people will forget everything and go to the theaters and watch their films just like that. So they think that people are stupid, and just like how it was in the 90s and the early 2000s, when social media was not rampant, right? So that's how they're going to so you can see the kind of power which they have, whether it is the the central government, certain people in the central government, I must say, whether it is certain political powerful lawyers, they have certain police people, they have certain people in the central agencies maybe. So you can see how the whole machinery is being controlled by Bollywood from what it looks like, because even the media, the mainstream media, is also not questioning, and they are not even having debates, even with the likes of Republic TV, not questioning Rohan Rai. And why is Rohan Rai let loose? He has so much confidence in announcing his second marriage. When in the case of Tunisha Sharma, that Shizan Khan was arrested for at least 1 month, and then only he was let out in bail. But in the case of Rohan Rai, no such arrest was made, and not even now. So it seems
You
that
know,
law works only for certain people.
yeah. And also, see, look at the journalist she has picked up. See, the journalist, as very clearly Maya Jagannath has said, is a bully bead lover. Okay. Now I was just watching. See, normally when you interview someone, you're not in awe of the person. You're just a journalist doing your job. But here was a man who was completely charmed by this lady, who was acting to her hilt. She was, at times she was Amitabh Bachchan, at times she was Shah Rukh Khan, so she was doing the full Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi action in the whole interview. And the way she was asking whether they want kachori or puri, bhaji, or methi chapati or whatever. Now I'm going a little bit further away from the menu that she suggested, and she said puri aloo, acha theek hai, puri aloo bhi denge. Now here, what I don't understand, is this an interview or this is a dawat where you invite people for a party, you know, and like a nawab, you will sit there and you will give these beads of wisdom. So earlier it was only small things like, I would stand with my father on the footpath and look at these people who come in the red bulb cars. Now she has added some more. Now she has added her grandfather's thing also into it. Now, where her grandfather used to make her read newspapers and say talk about headlines, and that is how she became so good at oratory.
I would like to add one more interesting, fact from this interview with Nilesh Mishra, and apparently, this is what Smriti Irani, when she played Tulsi in the show Kyuki Sasvi Kabhi Bahuti, spoke about how she was and her crew, they were given rotten food, initially on the sets, and so she was served the same food. And also Smriti Irani reveals how the crew was served food with cockroaches. So these are the kind of stories. I mean, these are the kind of statements that she's coming out with. So it looks like
No,
she's
don't forget, she made a video, in tribute to Ekta Kapoor, for giving jobs to all these people. She said that she was thankful to people like Ekta, who made people dream of a car or a house. So you can imagine the kind of adulation these people have for Ekta Kapoor. And what does Ekta Kapoor stand for, SSRians? We all know what she stands for. And catching their feet.
Why was Sandeep, who admitted SSR Pitani, let off? Was Judy okay to play a tune to Richie Rich and have such loose models to be sold or do all? Yeah, this is unfortunately the law seems to be working only for the common man, and the rich and powerful always gets away, because they have the best lawyers who know the loopholes of the law. Only divine justice, when the whole system, someone is connected, okay.
And then two other points also I wanted to mention about this interview is that she also said that she wanted to become a journalist, and she sent a random letter to NDT Pranoy Roy, telling the reasons why she wanted to, they would want her to work there. She didn't get a response, and again, when she went there, they rejected her. Now, does she know that the job of a journalist, not at NDTV, of course, everybody knows NDTV's reputation. Does she know that the job of a journalist is to speak the truth? Of course, mainstream media has lost it. But if she were to be in that profession, she would not have succeeded. Okay, so that is really a very, very, important thing. And then she says another point. She says that many people who aspired, who not aspired, many people who were very talented did not reach, the position they should have reached, unfortunately, because there was nobody to help them. Which is so right, madam. You got everything in a silver platter. At every stage, you were lifted up and up and up. Because, the fact that, see, perhaps your oratory, what we do not know, but as far as we are concerned, we are SSRians. Okay. And the people who have been killed in this SSR related murder have all been young men and women, little children. And we have seen no justice there. So we do not know whether your duty has been fulfilled. Now, Sonal says, is Smriti Irani acting as Pied Piper for Bollywood's rats and their vote? Is BJP using Smriti to get pro-Bollywood vote and dollars in 2024 elections? Write to Shah and PM that we want justice for SSR. Disha.
So, Sonal, to add to Sonal's comment, if you've seen the interview with MR Venkatesh clearly said that he wouldn't be surprised if some Bollywood superstar would canvass for, publicity for BJP in the next year election. It could be maybe the likes of Shah Rukh Khan, and maybe because BJP thinks that all these Bollywood stars have a huge, voting and huge fan following, and that could be potential vote banks. So with that kind of logic, maybe BJP is not going hard after Bollywood, and that's the reason why maybe after 2024 elections and BJP comes into power with a very good majority, we could see something. Maybe the central agencies will wake up and they will go after Bollywood. So these are the possibilities in the future. Yeah. Only
Only
divine
divine.
justice. Yeah. When the whole system, someone is connected to someone else, I don't think the courts or CBI will bring justice to the investigation. Priya, it is the people, and if people stay united and if they put pressure on the government and political parties, then only will the case get some importance, or otherwise the case will just die down. I don't see, unless people put pressure on the government, by saying that they won't vote, they'll give nota or something, and only then the government will listen to what the people want. Yeah.
So you remember when I spoke to you about Nidhi Kukreja's, case. Now the latest news is that, see, it has got further delayed. The case has got further delayed. And can you imagine the agony of Nidhi Kukreja and her husband and her daughter? So it's like, it doesn't matter to them. The life of young girl has been snuffed, and they are not bothered. They're just delaying the case. Same happens with the SSR's father. Now, today, in a very interesting, see, that's a very important point that I wanted to make, is that Sushant's sister, Priya, isn't it? Priya, the sister,
Priyanka.
Priyanka, has very clearly tweeted showing the U-turn that Smriti Irani has made with regards to SSR. Earlier, she said if it's a murder, the culprits have to be found out. This was in 2020 or 22. She has shown. So please read her tweet. And now she says that it may be she insinuates it may be a suicide. This is the stuff that politicians are made of. Okay? Today she may be your best friend. Tomorrow you go to her for something, she will kick you out of the door
And that's
because,
why
yeah,
Kangana
it's not
Ranaut is in
convenient.
the wrong profession.
Yes, because it's not convenient, for them. Now you speak about, see, I've seen that. See, whenever we expose this about, especially this incident, this interview, when you talk about it in social media, you will see that none of the people who support BJP will say a word. BJP, you are wrong there. Let me tell you, if you call yourselves patriots, don't call yourself patriots. When a party member from the party does something wrong, you have to expose it. Just because you love Narendra Modi doesn't mean that you do not expose the evils or the lies of people under him who talk this way. That doesn't make you a bhakt. When you love your country, you will expose the evil. Okay? If you love your country, you will expose anybody who tries to harm it. And as far as we are concerned, SSR was a true patriot. This brave man, okay, who fought all odds, do you think he would have just taken a rope and hung himself? Okay, this is this thing to Prime Minister Modi. How can you allow a minister, and that to a cabinet minister, to speak in this manner when the case is sub judice? Okay, and the CBI has not even given any answer. So is CBI leaking something to Smriti? That Smriti is coming to some conclusion. Okay, now here that is a bigger doubt now. Is the federal agency leaking information about the coming, what you call, judgment on the SSR case to certain politicians like Smriti Irani? Now that is my doubt. Otherwise, why would she, at this stage, 2.5 years later, say that perhaps, so insinuating that it was a suicide? And she's feeling so sad that she starts crying. So obviously, somebody has given her information that the case is coming to a close and we are going to say that it was a suicide. Now, I want CBI to tell us, have you informed anybody? Have you leaked out any information? In which case, public will catch you. Okay, because apparently what you have leaked out has already come out of the mouth of someone. Okay, if she has done it stupidly or foolishly, I doubt it, because she is a very shrewd politician who watches all the corners of the room where she's sitting in before she says anything. She's not a fool. Okay, my question is to the Prime Minister. Dear Prime Minister, we respect you, we honor you. All the Padma Shri awards that you are giving to the deserving is something no Prime Minister has done so far. You are doing only good things for our country. We are progressing as a fast, a country in a fast motion. But why are you tolerating certain politicians from speaking in this manner about something we have been crying our hearts over, or something that we've had sleepless nights over Sushant's murder? And somebody is casually sitting in a garden drinking tea and having pakoras and kachoris and telling us that it could have been a suicide. Can you imagine the kind of impact it had on the SSRians? One by one, people were saying, what is this woman talking about? From where did she get this guts to say that? Did CBI tell her something? Is CBI leaking something? I have directly asked CBI. I have asked Nupur, did you leak out information to Smriti Irani? Why is she saying that this may be, insinuating that this may be a suicide? Do you think a man like Sushant Singh Rajput would have committed suicide? He fought the system. How dare you make him out to be a mouse? At least save his reputation. Give him his due respect. And here we fight. Again, let me remind you, friends, I'm watching the number of people watching this session. Hardly 83 people. Okay? I know for a fact there are thousands watching. These are the unknown faces. Okay? There is a lot of censorship being done. All I can say is thank you, friends, for supporting us. Thank you, friends, for being with us on truth. Thank you for being, people with integrity. We will not mince words. This will continue. I will not give up. Jaydev will not give up. We are fighting a war. This is a war of dharma.
And it is a very,
And
very long war, friends. Don't forget that we are fighting, for truth, and fighting for truth is very, very difficult in today's world, especially because most of the power is with the evil, right? And truth, fighting for truth is very, very difficult. It's not easy. It's very easy to give up, and that's why many people have given up. Unfortunately, be it the SSR warriors, many have dropped out, and I've seen many people losing interest and saying that everyone is hand in glove, be it across party lines, and I do understand that point of view as well. But that doesn't mean that you should stop fighting. You can always come and voice your opinion. You can stop watching their films, and that's where
so here, yeah.
yeah.
So here, Nina says, ma'am, I read somewhere that CBI has finished their investigation. Then this is what she's harping on. She has already got the result. And that is why she's so boldly, she is insinuating that it was a suicide. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. Because Nina, if this is true, and if this is what the cabinet minister is also speaking,
I mean, this is what Nina. Where did you read this? Because I have not come across any reliable source stating this. SSR cases beyond party lines. Okay, it will expose every evil that is prevalent in upper echelons of our money class. If the real mission is to get the truth, then SSR case will itself break open. BJP mere words are not enough. If your minister is saying he has got proof in the pen drive, yes, and another minister is exactly so. Where is Rani's? Like they have the right to react if they have the pen drive and proof, and if they can also ask their fellow minister as to why she's making such comments in an interview. Yes, Karu. Continue the boycott of Bollywood. It's a powerful laxative they need. Yes, friends. And how dare these so-called politicians make statements to derail Sushant's justice movement? Yes, friends. So you can see how Bollywood is really, really scared, because if they were not scared of boycott Bollywood movement, they would not have used every trick in the book to use people in power to somehow make fun of the public who is boycotting Bollywood, and they would otherwise why would Sunil Shetty beg in front of Yogi Adityanath saying that somehow stop boycott Bollywood movement, right? Her interviews with those heavy force intellectual thinker like expressions are scripted.
so
Yes,
well said.
so
It's
Karu,
exactly what I thought, Karu.
you won't find any journalist with hard-hitting questions on this lady, right? I mean, he asked all soft questions, right?
And the way she speaks about Sushant and the other boy, what's his name, Jaidev?
Amit Nath.
Yeah, Amit. Yeah. So the way she speaks, मैं बच्चा, बच्चा को मदद करना चाहती हूँ. Who is she? She's Mother India? Huh? What is she trying to say? For which bachcha has she worried? Except for her own bachcha. That too when the restaurant was in problem. When she was questioned by the Congress. That is the only bachcha she fought for. Being the woman and child minister, she has not bothered about any bachas or any daughters, anyone, any women. What is she talking about? What crap? Hats off, Binaji and Jaydev. We are with you. Thank you for leading this fight. Write to Chanakya about SSR Disha cases without fear. I do. We'll not vote. We'll not watch their crap or buy their products. We'll not do anything that benefits evil. We won't break. The fruits of truth are
Yes.
way better than the Rolls Royce of lies. Case is closed, Binaji. My, my faith is still in Lord Shiva. He stands behind me. He stands behind SSR. He stands behind all of you. That faith cannot be shaken. You know. See, we are not here to make money. As journalists, we are here to tell you the truth. Okay. These are things you will not hear from Republic or from any other channel. Republic will never question Smriti. They will only butter her. Okay. Why did they not speak about Rohan Roy and his impending marriage? Why? Because that was the most important story he had pushed before he was imprisoned. Right? He would have got a clear message. Don't touch Rohan Roy. And the message would have come from you know where.
And Sandeep Singh is busy making an film on Atal Bihari Vajpayee. So yeah, so friends, that's all for today, and we will close this session. So make sure to hit the like button and share it with as many people as possible, because it's only through it's in your hands that this video reaches more and more audiences, because because the social media companies are mainly controlled, unfortunately, by the very people we expose. So friends, with that, we will conclude today's session. Yes.
Yeah. With that, good night, Jai Hind, and Har Har Mahadev.